God has shown me on this trip is that homeless people need compassion and love. My family has taken a lot of vacations and we've gone throughout the United States, and I still remember my dad showing me the compassion for a homeless man in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He talked to him for blocks and blocks and showed me that this man, Robert, I still remember his name, needed compassion too. That stuck with me, and I feel like on this trip that's my calling that God's given me. I've been lucky to do 2 homeless missions with my time here. The first night was Saturday night. I got the opportunity to talk to a man named Lawrence, and he was a PhD student. He had been in school for 8 years, and he recently lost his job, and which left him homeless. He decided to finish school because that was more important. And then we were able to go back again on Monday, and we drove around the city for about an hour trying to find somewhere to go, whether it was Times Square or Union Park or anywhere, and we ran into problems each and every time. We ended up going back to the same place we were on Saturday, and as soon as I crawled out of the van, Lawrence came up to me and he's like, "You're back, like I remember you." And it's just so encouraging that the homeless people remember you showing love and compassion towards them. He then talks to me in a deeper conversation, and he told me about his family and the respect he had for them, and that the choices he made affect him and not his family. And then I talked to another woman who was very angry with the food truck. She was mad that we didn't have socks or shoes, and we explained to her that we didn't have clothing that we would wear ourselves. It wasn't up to par. We didn't want her having something we wouldn't accept ourselves. She was very angry at that and told us to be ashamed of our faith and ashamed of all the things that we were doing, and we spoke up to her and told her that we were not. And she says, "If you're not, why doesn't God provide for me?" And at that moment I felt God calling me to provide my socks to her because she wanted socks and shoes. So I took off my shoes and provided her my socks, and a friend of mine provided her shoes, and she didn't accept them because they weren't the right brand, etc. But we felt that it kind of shut her down and made her think that we planted that seed that people were offering to provide for her. God did want to provide for her, whether or not she wanted to accept that or not. That night we got back and we kind of talked about our situation and how disheartening it was and discouraging, but we realized that that's the devil working in us. He wants us to get taken down over that and not spread the love. But as a group we decided that we needed to keep going, we needed to keep spreading God's love. And the verse that came up was 2 Timothy 3:12, and it says, "And all people that live godly through Christ Jesus will suffer persecution."